just realized that I've never sung the second verse of this Welcome to the Temple. It's always Jeff. It might be messed up today. Good morning, everybody. Are you ready to rock out for me? Since me and the boys are here together, here we go. Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You don't have to hesitate. Come on in. Come on in and sit down. I saw you peeking through the window. I bet you're wondering just what's going on. So quit your sneaking around. This is where you belong. So open up the doors now. Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Come on in. Come on in and sit down. Now did you notice all the love around you? And did you hear all the voices raised in song? I hope you catch yourself dancing and singing along. So let your body move now. Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You don't have to hesitate. Come on in. Come on in and sit down. To the beat now. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Sing it. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Come on. Welcome to the temple. Yeah, yeah. The sanctuary. Yeah, yeah. To the temple. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the temple. Yeah, yeah. Come on in and sit down. Sit yourself down. Woo! I might be awake now. Are you all awake? We have come together as family.
So good morning. That was rousing, thank you. We at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Cahuilla, Gabrielino Tongva, Kizh, and Luiseno peoples. We commit to live in right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly on this land. We recognize our oneness so that we decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence to live better as God intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. So again, good morning and welcome. Oh, I guess you were just, you're snoozing now. Yeah, you saw that. Yeah, all right, one is enough. I'm Allison Berry, one of the licensed spiritual practitioners here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where love lives here. Yes, love lives here. And I want to say hello to everybody who's joining us on live stream today. We want to make sure that you type in from where you're watching from, and I just don't have a phone or a little laptop that can tell us who's here, but just know you're welcome out there in the land out there, as you right here in the sanctuary, of course, are welcome. I want to also invite everyone that's here to please put your phones on silent so that our time together is uninterrupted. And now, we're going to get up and get moving with our congregational song, that really fun one called This Joy. Yes, This Joy. So please stand and we're going to sing.
All right, you know this one, this joy that I have. Here we go. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I can't hear ya. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. A little louder, strength. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. You got it, love. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Yeehaw! This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. Pride, this pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. Peace, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. This joy, one more time, here we go. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world away. Woo!
Oh, that was fantastic, you guys. I think we finally got it, huh?
I know, we have it.
I know, that's great. So practitioner Tamara Ralston and I will be available after service for a brief moment of prayer in the prayer room that's located in the lobby. Please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart. We would love to pray with you and absolutely know the prayer works. Now please allow this music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation.
We are one. We are one. We are all one in God. We are love. We We are love. We are all the love of God. Beauty surrounds me, falling at my feet as I hear the calling of the Holy One in me. We are whole. We are whole. We are all the wholeness of God. We are strength. We are strength. We are all the strength of God. Beauty surrounds me, falling at my feet as I hear the calling of the Holy One in me. We are made. We are made. We are all made of God. We are one. We are one. We are all one in God. We are. We are. We are one in God. We are one in God. We are one in God. We are, we are, we are.
So let's join together in consciousness as we continue in this beautiful atmosphere and tone that has been set, knowing indeed that we are one in God. The enduring truth that I do know is that there is only God. And this one divine presence, this one power, this infinite intelligence flows and expresses and lives, moves, has its being in absolutely everything. It infuses its divine energy through all of life, eternal, everlasting. It is birthless and deathless and changeless, absolute goodness and grace, and its nature is enduring love, unconditional love, perfect peace and harmony. It's that same harmony that orders the universe and the spheres, right down to the very smallest of particles and all those in-between spaces and places. Its life is infused through absolutely all of nature, the universe, the galaxies, the air that we breathe, the tree that is so beautiful before us in this sanctuary, the cool morning that just brings forth the thought that autumn may be at hand. All of this is God expressing, and it is and does represent our interconnectedness, for we are one, each infused with every attribute of pure spirit. So we come together this morning keenly aware of who and what we truly are, expressions of the Most High God. And keenly aware that all of nature infuses itself with the beauty, the mystery, the interconnectedness of life. All of nature teaches us just this beautiful spiritual lesson of our oneness. So we are open and receptive to all that unfolds today in this beautiful Sunday celebration. I'm knowing that everything is in divine order, that indeed we are receptive to truth, receptive to something that speaks to our innermost soul, that uplifts us, that inspires us, that heals us, that transforms us, that transmutes us to some place very different. And these ahas are just most magnificent. And so I claim them for each and every one of us, knowing absolutely that all is well. And I lovingly let this be so, and together we say, and so it is.
Tiny drops of water bouncing on my roof, drumming out a song of love, pounding out the truth. You send them to remind me, one for every blessing on me. And oh, they keep coming, overflowing. Every day your goodness finds me, every day your heart beats true. I'm alive in the light of the glory, I'm amazed by the light of you. This love is everlasting, and you find a way to show me every day, every day. The rush of freeway traffic, in the hush of a sunset, you get my attention, I'm listening. It's a private conversation, you and I in vibration. And oh, it moves me so amazing. Every day your goodness finds me, every day your heart beats true. I'm alive in the light and the glory, amazed by the sight of you. This love is everlasting, and you find a way to show me every day, every day. There is no one like you every day. There is no one like you every day. You love me every day. You love me every day. Your goodness finds me, every day your heart beats true. I'm alive in the light and the glory, I'm amazed by the sight of you. This love is everlasting, and you find a way to show me every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day.
Wow, beautiful, Jubel. Thank you so much. So we get to say our focus statement together. So let's do it with just lots of joy and enthusiasm and whatever else we want to do. What do we want to do, Neil?
In honor of Jeff, just joy and enthusiasm.
Okay, joy and enthusiasm in honor of Jeff and Ed. That's a stretch, but we'll go for it. Off the top of your head, that was good. Okay, ready? We'll have fun with this. Here we go. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Beautiful, awesome. So he doesn't really need a lot of introducing. We've seen Neil for the past 2 weeks, and we're blessed by his presence as our ministerial intern and practitioner. And so just come on up. There we go.
I love it a little bit when Jeff is away. Everybody gets to be a little bit more silly and fun, and it's not intentionally, but it's pretty awesome. Good morning. So once again, I'm glad to be up here, and I'm glad to be with this spiritual community this morning. I don't know about you, but I stepped outside this morning and I went, finally. It was a wonderful thing. I understand that there were some traffic issues today, so I'm glad that you're all here and all safe. And I know that there is a gift here for you this morning, whether it be in the music or the message or just in that spiritual community. I know that you're here on purpose. So CSL globally has a theme, and our theme this year, of course, is Living Everyday Wonder, which is about the intersection of our spiritual lives and our everyday lives. And this month, we've been taking a look at nature. Did anybody have a new spirit animal show up in their life last week? Mine was hawks. I was like walking out of my school in my class, and there was like 6 hawks all circling, and it was pretty awesome. So those remind me that it's important to keep the proper perspective from high above. So we've been talking about water, we've been talking about animals, and so today we're going to talk about naturally divine. So we're taking our focus off the outside nature, and we're talking about the inward nature. And I always like to start off with a little joke. This might be a big dad joke, but hang in there with me. It actually ties into my talk, so watch. So why do you need to be extra nice to bananas? You don't want to hurt their peelings. Where's it? So as we've been talking about nature, what I want you to know is that same beauty, that same wisdom, that same intelligence, that same balance, that same pattern that is back of everything in nature is the same beauty, wisdom, and intelligence that is within you. You are this complex ecosystem of behaviors and opinions and things that you enjoy and things that you don't enjoy. It's all complicated. It's all tied up in there, just as complicated and beautiful and messy as nature can be. Humans are this beautiful combination of all of our roles and all of our responsibilities and all of our beliefs and all of our opinions, all of your likes and all of our dislikes. But who are you? Who are you? We identify with so many identities. They're like badges hanging off of us, right? I am a practitioner. I am a mother. I am a cousin. I am a son. I am a father. I am a teacher. I am a volunteer. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. I'm a cancer survivor. I'm a whatever, right? Whatever you fill in that blank with. It's like wearing an ID badge on you. And we all have these ID badges all over us that say who we are to the outside world. And then we have these things called opinions. And they're like bumper stickers. They stick all over us. Right? I think this kind of food is good. This kind of food is bad. I like these colors. I look good in these kind of clothes. People should drive like this. People should be more like me. That's the ultimate opinion, right? We wear all of these opinions and attitudes around with us like giant bumper stickers that we just stick all over us that tell the world who we are. This is what I stand for. These are my values. These are my opinions. These are my preferences. And then on top of that, we have our favorite behaviors. We are procrastinators. We are workaholics. Oh, wait, I'm just talking to myself. We're morning people or night people. We're people pleasers, or we're stubborn, independent thinkers. That's all of our behaviors. All of these things together form their own unique ecosystem about who we are. It's a combination of all of these things. But you see, those things are all small stuff. They're all small self. They're all self with a small s. Joel Goldsmith says that the first law of human nature is self, small s, preservation. We want to maintain who we are. That's your ego. It's your sense of separateness and importance and uniqueness that says, here's where I am, and there's where you are. And the ego sometimes gets a bit of a bad rap. We hear from the spiritual media, get rid of your ego, don't pay attention to your ego. But your ego serves a purpose. It allows you to express uniquely in the world. It allows you to be you. It's that fake barrier that helps us pretend that we are the drop in a bigger ocean. But who are you? Who are you when those things aren't there? When I was a teacher in Las Vegas, they had us do this exercise one time. They had one of the teachers stand in the middle, and they had her wear a backpack. And they put rocks in the backpack. And those rocks represented all of the baggage that we all come with, the beliefs, the attitudes, the background, the family history. All of those were like rocks in the backpack that we carry around with us. And then they had us take those bungee cords, right? And we latched on to the person. And you could feel the pulling from all the different directions. A lot of the things that we say who we are those things in our backpack. And a lot of it's unconscious. And then we have this backpack of unconscious beliefs and attitudes and preferences and opinions that we carry around with us. And then we have all these bungee cords that are constantly pulling us in this direction and that direction, those roles, those responsibilities, and they're all tugging on us. We have all these experiences that we had when we were younger that form who we are. I often talk to parents who I'll say, oh, your son or your daughter is struggling a bit in math. And their mom will look at me and say, oh, yeah, I'm not good at math either, so I'm sure she's not good at math. Why would you say that with your kid sitting right there, right? What is the seed that you just planted in their head? And then we carry that idea around, I'm not good at math, for the rest of our lives. When I was younger, I don't know where I had this experience, but somewhere along the line, I had this bad experience with coleslaw. And it must have happened when I was really young, because I spent the next 40 years of my life telling the entire universe that I hated coleslaw. And then one day I said, okay, I'll try it this one time. Something happened where I just had to eat it. It wasn't an option. It was like on my plate or something. And I tried it and I went, wow, I actually like coleslaw. And I've been eating coleslaw ever since. So these early experiences, these early things that people tell us that we latch onto, and we say, yep, that's mine. We put that rock in our backpack and we walk around with it. But who you think you are, who we think we are, is a lot more changeable than we sometimes give it credit. It's a lot more malleable than we think it is. You see, because the truth is that anything that can be taken away from you or anything that can change isn't really who you are. I could have told you that I am a person who does not like coleslaw. But if it's something that can change about me, it's not really who I am. And we all have these roles and our responsibilities, but those aren't who we are. Who are we when we get laid off from our job? When that relationship suddenly disappears? That's how you know it's not really who you are. Because if anything can be taken away from you or it can be changed, it's not really who you are. Now, you might be saying, well, what about those genes? Right? I have this DNA hardwired into my cells. Certainly, I get all this environmental stuff and the opinions and the preferences, but certainly my DNA has something to do with it. Did you know that 99.9% of your genes, that thing that makes you human, is the same as every other human? 99.9% of your genes are the same as everybody else's. And that 0.1% that makes up the difference, it's not as hard and fast as you think it is. It might be tendencies, probabilities, maybes. It's not a hard and fast thing. In fact, we share something like 50% of our DNA with bananas. Told you it was coming. We share 50% of our DNA with bananas, which just goes to tell you that when you think the world is going bananas, you're right. We share 44% of our DNA with honeybees, which is why we're so sweet and busy. You share 26% of your DNA with yeast, which is why you always like to rise to the occasion. So if we are not our roles and our responsibilities, and we're not our genes, and we're not our behaviors and our opinions and our preferences, then who are we? I think that part of the whole COVID experience and that first lockdown that we all got to experience together was suddenly we all had to give up all those roles and responsibilities. Who are you when you're not your job? You can't go out with your friends. You can't go do the things who you are. And you get to stay at home and meet a whole new person. Who are you when all of that stuff falls away? You see, all of those opinions, all of those preferences, all of those tendencies are like programs that are installed on your hard drive. And your ego is like the antivirus software on your computer that tries to protect you from all kinds of different threats. But behind all of those programs, you have an original program called your BIOS. And it's that program that's encoded into the computer chips that is the foundation of all the other things that your computer, your brain, can do. That is your original programming. Everything else runs on top. Everything else is there running in the background. That original programming, it comes with some basic needs. Food, coffee. Oh, no, that's just me. Food, shelter, purpose. We all want to feel like we're here for a reason, that we're living our purpose. Inclusion. We all want to belong somewhere. And self-determination. We all want to feel like we have some control of our life, that we have some choice. Food, shelter, purpose, inclusion, and self-determination. Those are the basic needs in your programming. But you have some other qualities too. This is your divine nature assembly. It is your spiritual DNA. Your divine nature assembly. It is your DNA. And you share that same divine natural assembly with all of nature, with all of the universe. You see, the truth is, you are as wise as the oldest tree. You are as beautiful as a monarch butterfly. You are as diverse as a rainforest. You are as abundant as sands on the beach. You are as creative as a field of flowers. You are as strong as a colony of ants. You are as transformative as a caterpillar. And you are as powerful as a river that carves out a canyon. Do you believe me? You are as necessary as oxygen to the wholeness of life. If you agree with that, I want you to say yes. Yes. Because that's your DNA. That's your divine natural architecture. It's the way that you are built. We're wrapping up our theme of nature this week. And the bottom line is that the reason that we love looking at nature, the reason that we love sunsets, the reason that we resonate with listening to the birds, is because the nature out there resonates with the nature in here. The nature out there reminds us of our own DNA, our own divine nature assembly. And you see, that original programming, that DNA, it can't be taken away from you. It can't be changed by anything that's ever happened to you or that will ever happen to you. It is your original programming. Last week, we talked about this idea that our teaching is about seeing the spiritual principle behind the physical appearance. Behind the physical appearance of my body and who I am, there is a spiritual truth. And that is who I am. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, and you're thinking, yeah, I hear you, Neil, but I got these bills and these expenses. Nope. That's a program running in your life, definitely. Is it real? Absolutely. Challenging? Absolutely. But who you are, your original programming is abundance. And that condition might be covering it up, but it doesn't change who you are. Oh, but you say, I did this thing when I was younger, and it was horrible and unforgivable, and I have all this shame and this blame. Nope. That's not who you are. That might be a program running in your life. Might feel very real. Might be very challenging. But at the core of who you are, your essence, your DNA, is perfection. And maybe your past is getting in the way a little bit this morning. But it doesn't change who you are. You see, all these little things, your opinions, your assumptions, your behaviors, your mistakes, your pet peeves, they're not who you are. Who you are is what is left when everything of this world is stripped away. Oh, but Neil, I really hate it when someone acts like this, or I really hate that thing that someone did to me. Real? Absolutely. Challenging? Possibly. But who you are, your original DNA, is wholeness and completeness and perfection. And that hurt and that anger might be covering it up, but that is who you are. You see, Ernest Holmes talks about this idea that we have this divine impulse behind us that is trying to find a way out through us. It's trying to shine its way out through us. Practitioner tomorrow this morning in our meditation talked about Emerson, and he said, get your bloated nothingness out of the way. That bloated nothingness is all of that ego, all of those behaviors, all of those opinions. Once you get, those things are sticking on you and they're blocking the flow of good in your life. Are they important? Yeah. But if you just let them go just a little bit and allow some room for some change and some flexibility for that light to shine through, your life can be transformed. You see, the real secret is when we focus on our DNA, when we focus on that spiritual truth about who we are, the rest of those programs, the malware, all those other programs running in the background eventually get deleted or replaced because your original programming can shine through. That is yourself with a big S. So this week, my challenge is for you to pay attention. Pay attention to the decisions that you're making. Are you making them from your ego or from your divine nature? Pay attention to those things that set you off and push your buttons. What is the spiritual truth behind the physical appearance? I once had a minister who always laughs me. Every time I say push your buttons, I always have to say this. He said, I might push your buttons, but I didn't install them. Spend time just sitting with your divine self. Turn off your phone, turn off your TV, put down that backpack full of rocks that you've been carrying around, and get to know the essential you that you are when all of that falls away. And when you look into a mirror, know that you are the divine. That is your nature. When you look around the world and see the great and beautiful and magnificent things that are out there, remember that you see it and you can recognize it because it's here first. In order to see it, you have to be it. It is your divine nature, and so it is. So I invite any of the practitioners or core council that are here present this morning to join me in the atmosphere of good, the atmosphere of God. And I just invite you to become mindful of your breath. Recognize that right where you are, Spirit is. The divine is. Because it is all that there is. It is infinite abundance, perfect beauty, wholeness, completeness. It is fun and joy and creativity. It is expansion and evolution. It is wisdom and infinite intelligence, order, balance. It is all of those things. And the truth is, right where you are this morning, right where you sit, that is your divine nature. Everything else is just covering it up. And so we let go of anything this morning that is in the way of our divine light shining. We let go of any opinions and hurts and angers from the past. We let go of any worries or about the future. And just for a moment, just for this moment, we sit in that divine nature. It is love, complete and perfect love. And it is right where you are. It is who and what you are. And I know that as we step into that knowingness, as we step into that atmosphere of God, that whatever it is that's in the way, or whatever it is that feels like it is a lack this morning, it simply dissolves back into the nothingness from which it came. Because it has no law supporting it. It has no permanence. It has no substance. It is not who you are. And so we step into that greatness. We step into that divine nature. We claim it. We know it. We see it because we have to be it first. And so we are so deeply grateful for this knowing, for all of these characteristics of God that are showing up in and through and as us here this morning and in every part of our life. We celebrate it, we give thanks for it, and we release this word into that law that only says, yes. Yes, I am. Yes. And together we say, and so it is.
I am made of the light that hung the stars in the night, a perfect thought since time began. I am one with the love that's holding all of us. It's power in my hands. I am called by the voice that speaks the truth and joy, forever blessed where I stand. I am. I am made of the light that stars up in the night, a perfect thought since time began. I am. I am one with the love that's holding all of us.
Audrey Bell, thank you so much. Those Denise Rosier songs are amazing, aren't they?
We love her.
Yeah, and thank you to Ray and to Max. Beautiful, beautiful. So I also want to have another thank you to Neil. Fantastic talk today. And now I'll invite our beloveds in service to come forward. Collecting this morning on behalf of the congregation are Cindy Lambert and Frank Connolly, and receiving on behalf of the congregation is practitioner Tamara Ralston. Your conscious contributions to this center allow us to continue all the wonderful work that we do. One of the easiest ways is text to give, just by sending a text to 951-419-5858. You can also go on our website in the upper right-hand corner, that's riversidecsl.org, and click on Contribute, and you can do it that way. Or, of course, as the baskets come around, drop in your contribution right here in the sanctuary. And we are so grateful for your ongoing generosity. So please place whatever you're giving over your heart, and we're going to say our affirmation together. Here we go. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I am so grateful, I'm 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 so grateful, yeah, yeah, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful.
Awesome, thank you. And speaking of being grateful, thank you so much for your donations to the Furry Friends Pet Food Drive. This is the last day to do it, so thank you, thank you, thank you. And we've got just a couple of announcements for you before we go on and have, as Reverend Jeff would say, our snackies in Johnson Hall. So first is the Riverside Inland Empire Pride event happens next Sunday, that's September 4th, in downtown Riverside. It's from 1 to 9 p.m. We are going to have a table there, and thank you to those who have signed up. I believe there's just one slot at the end of the time, but maybe that's already filled. But see Greg after service if you want to All right. There's a fish fry that's going to be coming on Sunday, September 18th. You don't need to come up, Frank. I'll tell him. Just see Frank in the lobby after service. The tickets are $10. You can pay him right there. You can sign up. If you want to bring some side dishes, do that. Let him know what kind of fish you want, or if you'd rather have vegan food, that's great too. Just let him know so they can be all prepared. Again, that's going to be after service Sunday, September 18th. I'm going to tell them that you weren't awake, but anyway, that's another story. And then another class that starts this Thursday, September 1st, all the 5 Thursdays in September is called Manifest More Money. And it's from 6:30 to 8:30 on Zoom, $149. You can register on our website. It sounds like it's going to be a wonderful opportunity to heal any old stuff you got about money and step into just experiencing absolute enduring opulent supply in every area of your life. So you might want to think about joining that. Again, that's this Thursday, so you gotta make a choice and be there. That'll be great. And I want to call up Jeannie for one last announcement.
Good morning, spiritual family. Good morning. I have a favor to ask. My mentor, Rita Marie Johnson, is coming into town for an educators conference in October. It's October. She's going to be here October 5th and 6th, and with her husband and her program manager, and they need a place to stay. We'd like all three of them together because her program manager is a young woman who's kind of shy about staying at strangers' homes, but I'm sure they could work out if you could host two and put one someplace else. I want you to know that Rita Marie is the creator of the Connection Practice, which we've been teaching. Susie Ammons and I have been teaching here for, over a year, I think. And that comes from Rita Marie's Razur Foundation. And I want you to know she runs that foundation on a shoestring, and she and her husband will be coming from their home in Costa Rica, and the program manager, CP, will be coming down from, I think, the San Jose area. So if anybody could host them, they can handle stairs, they're not allergic to animals, no food needs to be provided, just a place to lay their heads. If you could help with that. I would do it myself, except I am going to a conference in Kansas City, so I won't be in town, and Mike will be with me. So, and then we have a house sitter, but that our bathroom is torn up. It's a long story. Anyway, if you would at least please considering hosting Rita Marie, Ricardo, and CP in your homes, I would dearly appreciate it. Thank you.
So you can see Jeannie if that is something that you can do. So I'm going to ask you now to stand for our affirmation, and then we'll do the benediction. The affirmation is short and sweet, wonderful. I'll say it first, and we'll say it together. My true nature is divine. My true nature is divine. Wonderful. And so please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. And louder, please. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move love forward. Because love lives here. Awesome. Happy Sunday.
Body, love is in everything I do. I am it, I share it, receive it, and I move it forward because love lives here. lives. Love lives. When life gets you down, you can't see the future. When it all seems too much for you to handle, there are many here who gather together. Oh, unconditionally, we love each other, and the hurt that you feel will be set free. We breathe it in together. We'll hold you up with grace. You know that love lives here in you and me. Love lives here. My soul breaks free. I'm so excited to be united with you. Where love lives. Where love lives. Sing it, Dinah. Where love lives here. Love lives here. I love you, Ray and Max. Love